Although not his first role, he shot to the limelight playing the role of Junior in primetime television series Home Sweet Home. Please help me welcome John Apea. John? Hi. Good. How are you? Have a seat. I spoke to your sister earlier.
Okay.
You talked about a wig, something about a wig when you were growing up.
A wig?
Yeah, you used to exchange, you used to have a wig on your head and your mom used to go...
That's the first question to like put me. Yeah, I used to put on, they used to put on false wigs and stuff on me and put blusher and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm still having problems, I think, in old age.
Right, yeah. Now, as I gather from your, going back to gathering still, as I gather from your childhood days, you know, I heard you were a wild child, you know, Prosec days at Billingpay. How wild were you?
You guys have been doing some good research. Well, I think I did a bit of secondary school here, but I think I probably got what you call wild probably in London. Yeah, but my parents are watching, so.
Yeah, well, you know, you can just do the little wildness.
Or just the usual stuff, you know, with teenagers and all that kind of stuff. Skipping school, running off to a different country, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure you've done the same.
You did that?
I'm sure you've
How was
done
that? No, you're the one on the hot seat, not me. So
yeah,
then you graduated from school, and growing up in a family with, you know, your father being a pastor. How was that, you know, with all your wild ways?
Well, my father was always an elder in the church, but he wasn't a reverend at that time.
Okay.
But he was always an elder in the church. But I think what he tried to instill in us was that discipline through the Bible. And, you know, he wasn't very overly strict that you have to do this, you have to do that. And I think that's how you end up respecting people more,
right.
You know, and you end up doing, because when I do good stuff, I do it to please my father. I don't do it because I'm scared of him.
Right.
And I think those things go a very long way.
Right.
So he gave us freedom to roam, but I think the things I got up to were things that every teenager probably gets up to and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Ghana, you grew up in London. How was that? You know, you were just all over the place, really, growing up.
Yeah. I think initially, being young was quite difficult, like in terms of being adapting to different cultures and different societies, different people. So I think it was difficult as a young person. But as I've grown older, I've realized that those have been advantages. Where, like, in terms of my upbringing, I have a taste and I have a passion for life that crosses borders or crosses cultures. And so I think that's given me a new take on life, on so many different things. And that's what you see in our films that we're involved in. So
Home Sweet Home was when you first landed your, what brought you to the limelight?
Yes, definitely in Ghana, yeah.
Did you stumble upon that, or it was an intentional encounter?
Well, I think with everything to do with acting, I've actually just stumbled into it. Like with my first film I ever did, and that was directed by my brother, EMMANUEL Apea. And it was a film called Intimate Intruder in London. And I wasn't meant to play the lead role. Okay. It was supposed to be someone else. But I knew the script inside and out. So as soon as the person dropped out towards the end, I was the best person to play the role because we just had like a week to shoot. So that's how I stumbled into film. I'd always done a bit of theater in school and all that kind of stuff, but I'd never really thought of it as like a profession or anything like that. I just thought of it as a hobby. Right. Yeah, so that was the first time I actually got involved in it. Right. And then with Home Sweet Home in 2003, I was actually in Canada, and Emmanuel was setting up in Ghana. He's like, oh, just come down for the summer. I'm starting a new show, just come in just for the summer. Right. So I came down in the summer, and I loved it, and I decided to stay.
Now, from Home Sweet Home to Run Baby Run, are you trying to build an empire like the Williams brothers? Because it's a family thing. Your brother is directing, you're producing and acting at the same time.
Yeah, and my brother's wife is the executive producer, and she produces as well.
So there's a Williams brothers thing going on right now. You're building an empire.
I don't know how much Mary told you about herself when she came on, but she's an accomplished writer, and she's been finalist in many prestigious awards. She's written children's books. Exactly. She's written children's books and all that kind of stuff. So she writes, and she has an amazing story that is going to be hitting international shelves soon. So I don't know how much she told you of that. Then you have Esther as well, the one who's after me. She writes as well. She's written numerous books. You have Grace. So we are all very arty. Yeah.
Now, you were acting, you acted movies in your brother's plays, for instance. Would you do something by Shade from Pomanso?
Or I'll do anything as long as I think the script is good. And I don't choose the movies to be in according to production house. I choose it according to the integrity of the script.
Right.
So if someone gives me a script and I think the role is a role I can play, and I enjoy the script and I enjoy the role, then I'll do it.
Then you do it.
Yeah, because that's whether, like, I mean, there's so many different production houses, from Venus Films, Salam, to Kobe Rana, Cornelius, who we worked with on Home Sweet Home, and I think Run Baby Run, he had a little scene, but it didn't make the cut. To Leela Jansi. I mean, we have a lot of talent around. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do my films with Emmanuel because he gives me amazing scripts and he has amazing foresight.
Okay.
And for me, he's the best director this side of the continent.
Right.
And so if you give me a good script, I'll do the role. You know,
Right.
I give big ups to people who've changed the game. Like if you talk about music video directors, I always said I like those G-Man brothers. I've never met them, Gerald and whatever. I've never met them, but years ago, the stuff they were doing with their music videos, give that guy $1 million budget, he'll do a better video than Little X or Hype Williams or Abraham Ohinijan. People like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I respect people. I don't hate on anyone. You know?
I'm seeing it in this way, that you have had it easy because you're in a family of entertainers, for lack of a better word. You know, your brother is a script writer, your sister writes, everybody else around you writes. You have done a little theater here and there. Don't you think it's been handed to you? You've had it very easy, because there are a lot of guys just like you who haven't really broken into the market yet very talented. Yeah,
well, for every role that I've been part of, I've actually had to audition for the role. Even when I've been a producer on it, or I've been a writer for it. Like, for instance, the film we just shot, Elmina, I wasn't supposed to play the role I played in. I played a character called Elvis. I wasn't meant to play that role. That role was supposed to be played by Brew Riverson, because we thought he was the best person for the role. You know, but he wasn't available at the time we wanted to shoot. So the only other person who was available in that short space of time, who actually knew the script and who could get in character, was me. And so, as I was telling you earlier, I put on about 2 or 3 stones specifically for that role, because I wanted to project some gravitas, because I didn't want anyone to look at me as the kid doing coke in Run Baby Run or Junior on Home Sweet Home. I play a tailor in Elmina. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the ghetto, do you know? I have tape around my neck, do you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a boski here, do you know what I'm saying? It's not my usual character. I had to get out of my comfort zone. So with every role I've had, if I don't think I can do it, I audition for it. You know, usually I try to put myself out of it. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. You know, yeah, I don't really like acting that much. You know? So usually I do it because I have to do it.
When we come back, we're still talking to John Apea, and we're going Elmina. Stay with us.
You want puff or you want normal? I'll give you puff. Puff, that's what the expensive people will bring you out your shoulders, you know, make you sexual. Hey, sister, you're putting on her. Thank you. Hey, I'm insulting you, I say thank you. Abba. Sit down. Abba! Abba, what's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. I have to go and earn some money, because if I leave it to you, clearly we're both going to die of hunger.
Abba, are you hungry? I'm not hungry. You know I work hard.
It's not about working hard. It's about working smart. What it?
Abba.
Jam.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is the One Show, and I'm having a nice chat with John Apea. John, Elmina, what is it about? Why Elmina? Why the name?
Well, Elmina, because it was the first port that the white man came to in Western Africa. So in terms of being like an appropriate metaphor, we thought it worked. And it has a ring to it, Elmina. Elmina. But it's a very significant post. And just like with Run Baby Run, we dealt with a topical issue that had to do with the drug trade and Ghana being used as a point between Europe and Africa, etc. Elmina is about oil. And we all know we found lots of oil around Elmina,
Yeah.
around Cape Coast, around
TikTok
that
Friday.
route.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
So our film is very topical, where we are dealing with issues that have to do with oil. We're using examples from like the Delta in Nigeria, where everyone assumes that oil always comes with prosperity, but that's not always the case. And it brings prosperity, but it brings a lot of bad stuff, and that's what we're dealing with in this. So this film is about neocolonization, you know, a new type of slavery where we're prisoners but without chains.
Right.
You know, it has to do with Eastern hegemony replacing Western hegemony, where initially it was the British and the Americans, or more the British and the French and the Portuguese coming in, but now it's the Chinese and the Indians. So it's a new world order, and that's what the film deals with. It deals with, if you're a lover of Shakespeare, Macbeth, Hamlet, you love the film. If you're a lover of Chinua Achebe, Wole Soyinka, Ngugui wa Thiong'o, Ayikwe Ama Ate-Edu, if you love those African novels as well, you love this film.
Right. Now let's go a little personal. At what age did you get married? Because I know and I heard that you don't like telling people your age.
That's not true. I tell people my age. Can we have the next question? At my old age, I got married 2 years ago.
That's not your age.
No, I don't.
I mean, I did say at what age. That's why I was I didn't say how many years ago.
I like to keep a little bit of myself to myself, so.
Okay.
I'll tell you when the camera's out. Off one.
On this seat, nothing is
nothing is
keeping personal. Rolling, yeah.
Next question, please, Jocelyn.
Oh, come on. Right. So you married to a doctor?
Yes.
And how does she take it? You know, you being in the limelight now, and
she actually wants to be an actress
as well.
So we have a lot of player hating going on in our household. I actually wanted to be a doctor when I was growing up. Right. And she wanted to be an actress, but somehow the tables turned. So one day she still wants to be an actress, as long as I have a big budget film that can pay her a lot of money, so that she doesn't work as a doctor anymore. Right. Yeah, because if she sees her patients and they've seen her on TV, they'll not trust her. So she has to have a very big payday before she quits. Right. But But she wants to be an actress, and she likes what I do. And I do other stuff apart from that. Acting,
other stuff like what?
Well, I don't know. Well, in terms of education, I have a completely different side. Even though I love the arts and that's my passion. Right. I've studied a lot to do social science. I've studied sociology, social policy, all that kind of stuff. So I like doing. I have humanitarian stuff. Okay. I shot a documentary, for instance, on HIV and using drama and communication to change HIV behavior. Okay. Those are the kind of things that I do out of a passion, you know, and it's a completely different side to me. So I wear many hats apart from this one. Yeah. I wear many hats. I enjoy many things. Just like my sister Mary as well. She's a doctor herself, but she writes, she does so many other stuff. So I enjoy doing so many things. From I'm interested in government, I'm interested in politics, I'm interested in entertainment, I'm interested in finance, a little bit of everything. Pretty much like a Chinese buffet. Right. I like a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Do you have any kids?
Not yet. Okay. But I'm working on it.
You're working on that. Yeah. You better work fast. So right now, if you had any regrets in life, if I were to ask you, have you had any regrets in life, what would you have? What would that be?
I don't have any regrets. I know it sounds all very cliched when people go that, oh, every bad experience is a learning experience, all that kind of stuff. But there is some truth in that. I don't have any regrets because, I don't know, I think I've had a good life. Yeah. You know, I've had some hard times because when I was young, I was quite wayward. As my older sister will tell you, Mary, because they sent me to Canada to live with her when I was much younger because I was being a naughty boy in England and stuff. So I've had a quite topsy-turvy, exactly, in terms of everything. But I think that has made me a better person. You know, when I write a script now, it's so layered because I see different facets of life. You know, and I think if I'd been a one-trick pony, I don't think I'd been able to do that. Yeah, so it has made you, you know, a more interesting person. I don't have any regrets in life, but maybe in 5 years' time, if you ask me the same thing, maybe I might. But at the moment, I don't have any regrets in life whatsoever. Okay. Yeah. Well, it has been wonderful, and it has been a pleasure hanging out with you and talking to you, even though you didn't tell me everything I wanted to hear. But I'll catch you next time.
Thank you so much for joining us on the
Thanks for
show.
having me.
This has been The One Show, and my name is Jocelyn Duma. If you have a story to share with me, send me an email on theoneshow@vasat1.com.gh. Until we meet again, be beautiful, be strong, be you. Good night.